Hi, my name is Kendall Richmond. I'm in edu104 spring semester. Um, and the book that I read was Freedom Writers. I love this book. This is one of my favorite books, and this is one of my probably top 5 favorite movies. Um, and I want to talk about 3 aspects that I love that kind of stood out to me that I feel like all teachers should have, these 3 qualities. And I feel like she was an amazing teacher throughout this book. So, the first quality that I love is that she adapted to her situation. Obviously, no teacher wants to go into a situation where the kids are bad, they're cussing you out, they're cussing their classmates out, lack of supply, the students don't want to be there at all, they really don't know much, they don't have that good of an education, and no teacher just wants to teach like that. All teachers, we would love to teach somewhere where it's safe, all the supply is there, the kids are there to love and learn and be happy. But obviously, every situation is not like that. Every school district is not like that. Every school is not like that. And I feel like for Erin, which is the teacher, she kind of didn't know what she was walking into until she got there. And I feel like she was very shocked and very like, what am I going to do with these kids? They don't want to learn. I'm not about to sit up here and just write on the board and then not do anything. And I felt like she was scared and the kids knew it. But I felt like once she learned the kids and kind of what their situation was and kind of what they were going through, she adapted very well because the kids end up loving her and she ended up loving them, okay? And I feel like a lot of teachers don't know how to adapt to situations. All situations aren't the same. Every classroom that you go into is not going to be the same. The students that she was dealing with, they didn't know if they were going to live to see tomorrow. They didn't know their friends were getting killed. They were getting robbed. You know, when you're going through stuff like that, especially as a kid, you do not care about school. School is not reality for them. Once they left the classroom and were in the streets trying to make it home and make sure their family's safe, that was reality for them. So them sitting in the classroom learning about grammar and math and really didn't mean anything to them. And I felt like she did, like I said, a very good job adapting to her situation, and she made that class year for them so much fun, and I feel like they learned so much because she adapted to her situation. And a lot of teachers today in the society don't know how to do that, and they won't do that. And I feel like that's a problem, especially if you want to be a teacher, and a good teacher at that. The second quality that I loved was that she cared about the kids. That's another thing. Even though as a teacher, our job, we don't get paid to care and baby and all that for students. We're paid to get up there, teach them the stuff, and go home. But I feel like to be a good teacher, you need to care. And that's what Erin was. She was an amazing teacher. She cared so much about those kids. It was crazy. She went out her way to get them supplies. She went out their way to kind of get to know them on a one-on-one personal level. And I think that was awesome. And I feel like the kids knew that she cared about them. And I feel like that made the kids want to come to school and want to be there and learn about what was going on in school. Because before, the teachers that they had, they just treated them like trash. Like they were just bad kids that will never go anywhere in life, and why waste my time on them? And I felt like she was a teacher that, why not waste your time on them? Why not give them that attention that they need? Because like everybody else, they're human beings and they need to learn. And very good aspect. I love that. And the third aspect I love, she is relating what you're teaching the students to their situation. When you have a group of kids that are all going through the same stuff, not just one or two, the whole class, they're all going through stuff. I think she did a good job by making them read Anne Frank. That was a great choice because they were kind of going through the same situation as Anne Frank. And Anne Frank, if you guys have not read that story, it's about the Holocaust. And the Holocaust is when Hitler was the head man in charge, and the Jews, if you're a Jew, you're going to the Holocaust, and you're just over there. And Anne and her family were hiding out in this den and trying to saved their lives. And I feel like that interested them so much. It was kind of what they're going through. They were going through a racial war in their little town, in their little community, and I feel like that intrigued them. That kind of opened their eyes and said, I'm not the only one that's gone through this, and I'm not the only one that's gone through this or will go through this. And I like that she related the book was related to them, because like I said, a lot of teachers don't know how to do that. If you're dealing with a group of kids like that, you need to kind of figure out, okay, what can I do to get their attention? What can I do to make them, oh, this is interesting? And that's what she did. Even though everybody was doubters that she was not going to get these kids to read this book, even be semi-interested, but she proved everybody wrong. And she was an amazing teacher, and I feel like she changed their lives for the better. And it's awesome to say that I'm a teacher and I changed these kids' lives. And I think everybody should read this book. This is a great book, and I suggest it to everybody. Thank you.